I'm Varun Duggirala. Over the last 12 years, I've helped build one of India's largest creative agencies, The Glitch. The last 3 years, I've actually built, or rather created, one of India's most loved podcasts, Advertising is Dead. Now, till 3 years ago, I wasn't very sure if anybody would even listen to my voice, would they relate to the kind of content I'm creating, or that I would even be consistent with it. But what I've actually learned is that if you focus on creating content with an authentic mindset, you end up building an authentic audience. And that's what I've been able to do. I've been able to build a large audience for my podcast. I've been able to show up on those charts across podcasting platforms from time to time, even win an award to be one of the best podcasts in 2020 from one of the platforms. Now, I've done all of those, but what I love the most is the fact that my audience is authentic. The first and most obvious way to monetize your podcast is to have ads in your podcast. Now, let's say if you have a YouTube show or other YouTube podcast, you can over time build a subscription base to be able to monetize with ads there. If you are on audio platforms, many audio platforms allow you to have ads on your podcast and they help you, or rather they share that revenue with you. You can also work with a few other platforms who are generally available, and that number is growing right now in India especially, who will almost take you as one of the podcasts on their roster and help you monetize it for a share of what that money is. And another way to kind of do it is affiliate marketing. Let's say you're speaking about a product and you're leaving links to it in the show bio, then people are clicking on that, and if they purchase using your link, you get a share of that. Now, a lot of these things you kind of do know, because that's how you've seen all creators, YouTubers, Instagrammers monetize over time. But is there anything beyond this for podcasters? And that's where it gets a whole lot more interesting, because this is where your niche comes in. If you have been able to build a niche for yourself, if you've been able to, through your niche, build an authentic audience for yourself who really connect with your content and are willing to pay something for a little bit more. That's where the concept for Superfan comes in. And this has actually been pushed ahead by what platforms across the board have been announcing. A lot of platforms are announcing a way for you to add a paid subscription model to your podcast. What do you add there? If you look at some of the examples of what people are putting behind it, is the fact that, let's say you put out 4 episodes in a month. You turn around to your audience and say only 2 of those are for free and the other 2 you have to pay a small amount of money for. Let's say you have uncut episodes. Your episodes might be 4 hours long, but you're editing them down to 1 hour. What if they're allowed to listen to that entire 4 hours? Many people might pay for that. You can share transcriptions of your episode for people who want to read what was said. I actually feel this opens up a way for you to stay niche, not over worry about the size of your audience, but really focus on the depth of your audience. And that's where the whole Superfan model comes in for you to truly scale up how you monetize.